in the previous part we coded our home page and we got this. So we can move on to the next page, which is the about page, and code it. So right now when I click on the about page, you can see that the browser tries to load the file about.html, which does not exist, and the browser tells us through this error code, file not found. So the first thing we need to do is to create that file. So I'm going to use my text editor, Sublime Text. So and then I will right click on the folder name. So the project is under this folder. So I'll right click and then I will be like new. So it will create a new file. By default it is empty and untitled. So I can just do Control S or file save. So file save or Control S, and then it will take me to a particular folder, but in my case it took me straight to my folder. So in case it doesn't go straight to your project folder, so you just need to navigate to it. So I'm going to save it about.html. So here we are. So we now have the about.html file. The next thing is to start writing our code. And like I said, this time we're not going to spend too much more time explaining the various tags or the basic structure of the document. So but if we introduce any new tag, or if for some reason we use tags in a given way, then I could probably quickly explain that. So here we go. I will start from the HTML tag, then I'll press tab, and then it will generate the basic structure for our HTML document. So in the previous video we had to type all this except this one. So I will use the opportunity to explain this. This is a little bit like when you open some pages, some websites on your mobile device, you can kind of zoom it. So by using two fingers, when you use two fingers and you kind of pull them apart, you kind of see that it will zoom the page. So this kind of behavior can distort a website and make it look different than what was designed. So this viewport thing actually tells the browser to adjust to the viewport of the actual device on which the website is opened, and then also to scale it to the default size, which is the initial size of the screen. So without allowing any scaling beyond that initial size. So this feature, this option is very useful when you want to make the website responsive. So from now on, I will keep it on our pages. So let me copy it and go and put it on our index page. So I'm going to put it here. So we have the same thing. So now we have the title part. We are going to write about me. So since it is a personal website, so in the body area, now we can start putting our content. So let's look at our prototype. Since we did not prototype it, we have the mockups here. So let's look at the about page. We said we are going to have the name, the content, the achievement, and then the picture, and then the social media. So basically the header stays the same, the footer stays the same, but the content here we change it. So since the header is the same, we can kind of copy it from here. So let's copy the header from here and bring it in here. So we have that. So let me align it well. Good. Then the footer as well, let me pick it from here. So the footer, will also paste it here. So now we have the starting and the end parts of our website. So if now I reload this page, we should see that it is now found, and then the small content we place in is there. So we can see the header and then the footer content. So now the content in the site, the actual about content. So when we look at the mockup, we can see that is, so we can kind of see two columns here. I see a column at the left and then another one at the right. So to achieve such things, so first of all, what we can do is to kind of have them in a whole box. So some kind of container. to contain them. Then after that container, we can have another container here to contain this. So another area to contain this box, then another thing to contain this box, whatever will be here. So, and to achieve that, first of all, let's use the section tag to be the main container, so the outer container for the both sides. Then the left side, we can now use a div, let's say a div, and then this div will now contain the name, which is, so that's heading 1. We always put the name in heading 1. So we have Jalil Ali, and then we have the biography, achievement, and so that will come right under it. But before, let me add the other part. So at the right side, what I am thinking is that we only have a picture that just accompanies the whole content at the left side, so we can put that in a particular tag called aside. Something aside the other content, it's an addition, an additional information on the other content, so we can use aside, and it is an image, so we do img sr, so we use the same image.jpg. Great. So now we can go ahead and start filling our content in this area. So I have to go and find the content. I have it here, so project note. So here I have I have some kind of, you see, profile summary. What should I use? Company, profession, experience. Okay, good. So about, so we have about content here, so we probably can use that. We have about the project, education, skills. Okay, let's use this. So first of all, let me see that. So we'll have a caption about. Let's have this caption about. So we use heading 2 and we'll say about, right? So then for the remaining headings, which are, sorry, it's still on the same. So about, here I'll just put this inside a paragraph. It's still in the browser. Now we send the text editor, so P, and then we paste it. So that's the small summary there. I always try to think that it is outside the text editor, so I'll go and then I have this little thing, so I can put it in another paragraph. So this P, then place it, then the remaining part here. So this will tend to make it a very long page, so place it here. Sorry. So you can kind of, let me keep the same layout. So after the paragraph, I will go to the next line. So this will make it look obvious. Okay, so once that's done, I have now the project. Since we are working for a programmer, I think we can keep that star. So we use heading 2, heading 3. Since we use heading 2 for the about, takes it itself here as the main header, and under this about, we have these sections. So project section, and then the project section, I can take this one by one. So you can see that this is more of really plain text, because we don't want to complicate the whole thing, make it difficult to wrap. So all this I'm doing now is just about text content. That's all. There's nothing special about this. So this paragraph here, so I'm putting them in it, or in PP. Great. Then the last one in the project. So we go P, next line, paste. Then another heading 2, education. Heading 3, sorry. So heading 3, education. So we said we are going to keep the brackets just to make it geeky. And then we paste this. There's not much to say in the education section. So we paste it. Then we have another heading 3. Another heading 3. So we paste this and we put it in bracket. And then so we have this blah 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 programming language. Okay, so let's pick all this together. Right, so pick all this together, put it in a paragraph. But when I look at it, I can see that there is a difference between the various parts of this text. So we have some kind of titles like this. So this kind of content can be placed inside a strong tag. Strong tag is like the bold tag, but this emphasizes more on the importance of the text. So at the bottom, at the end of each one of the skills, we would like to place a BR to break the line, so that it gives it some space. So we do this one, so we put it in a strong. So we place it, and then we come at the end, we space it, and we give it the BR. So the same thing for the database management, strong, we paste, and then we make it a BR here. So we go ahead again, so great, we have all the skills added. So the resume part, so we have this resume. So here, so we are now going to give it heading 3. So you can see that as time goes, your code starts to become really big and difficult to follow up. So it is one of the skills you have to also learn over time, which is reading and understanding large code bases. Right, you need to be able to read large code and understand it, especially when you are hired somewhere to maintain an existing code. So you wouldn't be the one to build it, but you have to go through, understand what people were doing, no matter the size. So heading 3, so contact. So for the contact and other things, I think we shouldn't put it here because we have a special page for contact, so that should be fine. Right, so if we now test it, what we have, boom, so you can see what we built, all the content. And by the way, the skills part, I covered everything inside a paragraph. I think it would make sense if I keep it outside the paragraph, or let me keep this in the paragraph, and it goes, and then this particular one I should also keep it in a separate paragraph like this. Great. Here we go. So we have the skills section like that. So the resume, so on, and then the profile picture. So in normal situation, as you could imagine, based on our prototype, the picture should be at the right side here and so on. So just like the homepage we did, it doesn't look like we designed. So things are not clean like we expected it. So that's what HTML is all about. It does not star, it does not give any that much beauty. So we have to now style it using the CSS. So like we said, we'll finish laying out all the pages, coding the pages using HTML, and then we can pass it to CSS to style it for us. So thank you for watching this episode, and see you in the next one. Kindly consider liking, subscribing to the channel, and let your friends and families know about this content. Thank you.